Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel if you haven't been here before, and if you haven't been here before, please subscribe to be a part of the bilingual family, which is mostly me trying to speak English. If you saw my last video, that was a cold beauty haul full of new makeup. And today we're going to apply that makeup to my face, and I'm gonna give you my first impressions slash kind of reviews on this product. So I don't want to make this video too long, so we're gonna jump right in and get started. So the first product that I picked up is the Saie Glowy Super Gel, and I have the shade Star Glow. So this is meant to be like a liquid illuminator slash something that you can mix in with your foundation. Now I'm not gonna mix it in with my foundation, but I am going to use it as a little bit of a glowy base for my face, and I have really liked this product. It's very translucent, as you'll see right now. So this is the product. It's kind of slimy, so it's very liquidy, and then you put it in your hands and it's basically almost invisible on the skin. In terms of like texture, it reminds me of the First Light priming filter from Becca. I had that one like a few years ago, but I like this one because it's really subtle, but at the same time really natural and just really gorgeous on the skin as well. There's also almost no like shimmer or like glitter detectable in this product, which is amazing because like most of these shimmery products are usually really like shimmery, and then if you go into the sun you kind of look like a disco ball. So also in the Cool Beauty bag was the Honest Beauty matte primer. So because I'm wearing something like very illuminating all over my skin, that tends to put emphasis on the pores and make them more make them more noticeable. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my pores, and I really like it. I'm not necessarily a big fan of like matte primers because I use a lot of like very illuminating products that tends to really put emphasis on pores. So I really like the fact that I have a matte primer to kind of tone it down in this area a little bit. Then foundation and concealer is nothing new. I did not purchase a foundation, nor did I purchase a new concealer. So the foundation and concealer that I'm going to use today is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint, and I have the shade 2, I think. Is it 2? It's 3. It's the shade 3. I was wrong. This is a little bit dark for me at the moment, but we're heading into summer, so, and it's a sheer product, so I should be able to make it work, and we're gonna put some bronzer on the neck. And then I also have the Essence Skin Loving Sensitive Concealer, and this is the shade, I don't know if it says. It's usually on this, but that has completely rubbed off, so I don't really know what my shade is. That's a pity. I'll put it on the screen somewhere, but this is the skin combination that we're gonna use today. So I also don't have a new powder, so I'm just going to quickly use the Kosas Cloud Set Powder in the shade Airy. So the base is completed, and now, the base is completed. The basics of the base are completed. That's what I wanted to say. So now we're quickly going to jump to bronzer, and this is obviously the very big part of this thing because I have 3 new liquid or cream bronzers. So we have the Danessa Myricks Balm Contour, the Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo in Cheese Statuesque, and we have the iconic London sheer bronze in the shade Sunkiss. So the Danessa Myricks is really like a balmy texture, but the color I found is a little bit more of a neutral shade instead of like it being like a more cool tone shade to contour. I actually find that it gives quite a bit of warmth. I think I'm gonna use this one, and then I'm gonna use the Patrick Ta cream and contour powder bronzer duo, but I am going to use the cream one in here. The iconic London Sunkissed Sheer Bronze is going to be for another day. So I'm going to take that brush and dip it into the cream contour. I don't think we need a whole lot of this. I have used it before, and there we go. There we go. It's really strange because I've already tried this balm contour a few times in that haul, and it didn't look this neutral on my skin. So I'm guessing because I have a little bit of a darker foundation shade on, that this is probably a little bit more of a contour shade right now. Switching up my plans here. So I'm gonna use the powder in the Patrick Ta bronzing duo, because this one, the Danessa Myricks one, is kind of looking a little bit more contoury than I could remember. But so far I really enjoy the formula. It's a formula that is not too traveling, and what I mean by that is when you put it in a certain place you can blend it out, but the product won't like slip and slide everywhere, which is something that cream products sometimes can do, and it can make it really hard to be precise. Kind of has like a matte finish, but it leaves behind a very subtle sheen. So I think if you have oily skin that you might like this as well, because it's not too emollient. So that is the Danessa Myricks Balm Contour. You can expect a blog post on this very soon. So then we have the Patrick Ta Cream and Contour Powder Bronzer Duo, and I have the shade She Statuesque, which is the lightest one of the three. Oh yeah, this is a Nabla Cheek Shaper. Also very neutral color, but it seems to give quite a bit of like warmth to my skin, which I like right now. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it kind of gives like the most subtle wash of warmth on the skin, which I really appreciate. A little bit on the sides of the nose. And we're done with bronzer. So for blush, this is a blush that I haven't mentioned on my channel before. This is the Kosas Tropic Equinox. Color in light cream. So this is what it looks like. This is basically a slightly darker version of my Velvet Melon. So this is Velvet Melon, and this one is Tropic Equinox. So as you can see, I love both of them. And I bought this shade because it looked like a really beautiful like sun-kissed nudish color, which is something that I really like in the summer. And this is a product that is new to my collection, but not as new as the other products. It's something that I purchased a while ago, but I only received until recently. So I'm gonna take this brush, which is basically like a really round but flexible stipple brush kind of thing, but not a duo fiber brush. And we're gonna go for a sun-kissed look. It's what I've been going for lately. So we're gonna put it on the inner part of the cheeks, next to the nose, and then blend it out very slightly. And then I'm gonna take my sponge and just kind of tone it down on my nose, because I want a little heavy-handed on the nose, might I add. It's a very beautiful neutral shade. I like it with this kind of brush, but I also like it with my fingers. And this color on its own, like the blush color on its own, looks really pretty. Like on the skin on its own, it's very like a sun-kissed kind of vibe, and I love it. This one I would say is more of a sheer wash of color than, for example, Velvet Melon. Velvet Melon is really like intense, and I would say that you're not gonna get as much pigmentation with a sponge. It looks really beautiful, and you can go over top with a sponge to make it look more seamless. Then as a little bit of a highlighter, I'm gonna take the Saie Glowy Super Gel again, and again in the shade Star Glow, and I'm gonna take some of my finger, blend it out on the back of my hand a little bit, and then apply it on the cheekbones. I don't have anything new for the eyes, so because I haven't like bought a palette in a really long time, but I'm just gonna use my Nabla Secret palette, and I'm gonna use some of these neutrals to kind of create like a very simple liner shadow look, if that makes sense. So I'll be right back for that kind of thing. So this is the very simple eye makeup look. There's not a whole lot to it. So this is the ABH Lash Brag mascara. This is like a very mini sized version of it. I kind of like it. It's not a bad mascara whatsoever, but I would say that it's kind of like it lacks something special, if that makes sense. So it's a normal mascara, but it's also something that looks very similar to my Essence mascaras. And I don't know how expensive the Lash Brag mascara is from Anastasia, but if you know, if it's a whole lot more expensive than my Essence ones, then I'm probably not going to purchase a full size. So that is the mascara done. So all we have left to do is lips. So I have two new lip products. I have the Huda Beauty matte lipstick in the shade Dirty 30, which is basically like this purpley cool tone color. So this is what it looks like. I've worn it on a few occasions already and I really like the shade itself. I do find that for a matte formula, this is kind of creamy and emollient, and without a lip liner it really travels, especially for this kind of shade. And then we also have the Charlotte Tilbury kind of like lip lacquer kind of thing, and this is the shade Pillow Talk, I think. Yes. So I have used this one already in a few looks. I'll pop them on the screen. But this one I haven't used, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's also like a really nice peachy pink. Well, peachy pink, it's more like a very rosy nude, if that makes sense. So I'm actually first going to line my lips with the Catrice lip pencil in Hey Macadamia Hey. Look at this. I've used this a lot. Like that, and then we're gonna apply Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, it's one of those like stiffer formulas. It's definitely like a lip lacquer kind of formula that gives sheen, but it doesn't travel at all. Like it stays in place. Oh, but I really love this shade. I can't lie, I really like this shade. And then finally I'm gonna use the Catrice Volume and Lift Brow Mascara. This is supposed to be waterproof. This is also new to my collection, and I have to say that it has a really good hold. It's just I bought a shade that is way too light. I have 020 Blonde, I think, or 010 Blonde, and it's just a little bit too light for my hair. But other than that, it seems to have like a really strong hold on my brows, and I don't see them traveling anywhere, so that's really amazing for like a drugstore product. So the shade is a little bit too light for me, but I can make it work, and I think it looked really nice. It makes them look very fluttery and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the completed look. Now for the first impressions on the new products. First of all, the Saie Glowy Super Gel. I really like this. I like how it makes my skin have a little bit of a sheen without it being too much. I love the way it's applied as like a separate liquid illuminator as well. And I also really like the shade, and I love the fact that this is more of a translucent kind of formula. It's really like a very subtle kind of sheen, and I love that. The Danessa Myricks Balm Contour I really like so far. I feel like it's definitely a shade that is more on the neutral side with a little bit of warmth. So I wouldn't call it like a full-on contour shade, but I really like it so far. I love the way that it looks on my skin, and it's also like an emollient formula but with a matte finish in the end. So I think it's a very versatile product. The Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I really like this shade right here. I think it's very suitable for my complexion personally, but also the formula is just really like buildable, sheer, beginner friendly, user friendly, but at the same time it really gives you that professional look of being contoured slash bronze. So I really like it. It's also a lot bigger than the blush. I will take the blush for a second. So this is the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. This is the shade Shiso LA. So here you can kind of see the difference. So it's definitely a lot bigger than the blush, which is amazing. Lash Brag mascara, it's fine. It's nothing mind-blowing to me personally, so I'd rather stick to my Essence foundations. Mascaras, which for example, this one I really like. It's limited edition, and I think you support like the breast cancer awareness foundation with this. The Charlotte Tilbury lip lacquer kind of thing in Pillow Talk. I think this is such a beautiful formula. It's really nice if you want kind of like a gloss, but you're not looking for something that is like traveling and just very sticky or very glossy. You're looking for like a little bit of a sheen on the lips, but nothing too much. And it also stays in place quite nicely, which is amazing, obviously. I already really liked like Velvet Melon, as I said, and I really like this one as well. So yeah, beautiful shade, very beautiful, like neutrally warm color for the summer that really makes you look sun-kissed. I don't know how this translates on camera right now, but that's how it looks for me. And yeah, that's everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this little quick video tutorial, kind of playing with new and old makeup video. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Please subscribe if you haven't already, leave a like or a comment down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!